Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and today we've got a nice little treat that arrived in the mail, and it actually looks like a treat bag, but it's a treat for me instead of the dogs. This is a set of Bot War miniatures. Now, what is Bot War? Bot War is basically a one-man show, as far as I know, that comes to us out of Australia. And it is put out by TradersGalaxy.com. Traders Galaxy, obviously, I guess is the name of the company. If you want to check that out, we'll put a link, obviously, as well. But we've got today Siren, Ravenous, and Narctitron. These are the Deceivers, obviously. We don't want to have a litigation happening, so we do not want to call them Decepticons under any circumstances. No. Okay. It's actually just a resealable bag there. So we've got, these look like 50mm bases at least, and a 32 maybe. Let's see what we got. So Ravenous is the guy with the big belly mouth, and then Siren would be our female one, if I remember correctly. So I just dump out the pile of resin here. They are resin. I do believe that there are metal models available as well, if you would prefer. Me, personally, I'd rather take resin. And I gotta say, look at the sharpness of those casts. Now, I gotta admit, I am a big fan of vintage Super Robot stuff. I grew up with it, love it. Love the garish colors, love the ridiculous proportions. So this is right up my alley. But believe it or not, I've never been a huge Transformer fan. And I know my brother gives me grief about it all the time, because we spent the other day, in fact, just like sending photos back and forth of cool looking, third-party Transformer-inspired figures and stuff. There's a really interesting, very vibrant and active market for Transformer Brave robot-inspired toys and somewhat models. But there isn't a whole lot when it comes to tabletop stuff. So for me, this is fantastic. I mean, this looks like something out of like Great Mazinger or something with the big belly mouth like that. Where is the top? And then we have our little Siren female friend. Not that they're all that small. Grabbing a Primaris model. If you wanted to use them as some crazy Xeno Necron, why not, right? Okay, there's the other part of his mouth. I know they have a full war game with these guys. There's all kinds of different units available, including dinosaurs strapped with weapons, a la Dino Riders, if that's up your alley. This guy looks cool. Some of these heads, look at how teeny this head is. Is this Ravenous's head? I think so. To accentuate his big belly. Now his trident, unfortunately, is going to need to be straightened out. Just something that comes with the territory. While Siren's whip looks good. And I am just a little dismayed as to how stiff our Narctitron, or whatever his name is, the pose for his blade is. It looks very rigid. But, I mean, sculpt-wise, looks pretty cool. He looks bad. He looks like one of those, like, major subordinates that would end up becoming a rival / hero halfway through the show. I think that's his head. I don't know whose heads are whose yet. That's one of my big annoyances with Transformer-style robots, is the mouths. They all have mouths. Maybe that's the girl's head? I don't know. The contact point for the head there is quite small, so it might be hers. So, looks like a pretty simple build. Whether or not I actually go ahead and get that straightened out today, I'm not sure. But at the very least, I'm going to get these put together, and we'll see how they turn out. We'll see if I can grab some other robots and give you guys a good look at how they do. Okay, our first batch of Deceivers are put together. Dun, 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 dun. I had to sit here and practice saying Narctitron's name, like, I don't know how many times, but I finally got it right. So let's grab Narctitron since he's handy. I dig it. I really dig it. Very brave, superhero, super robot styled designs. And really, truly, we don't see that all that often on the tabletop. Now, will I be able to do a decent job painting it? Yeah, probably not, but I will give it a shot. Here we have Ravenous, and he is ravishing. I tried to reheat that stupid trident of his, I don't know how many times, but alas, it was not going to cooperate. It's good enough. That's my only real dismay with him, is I just could not get it straightened out. And then we have Siren. I had to double check. So the contact point for her hand and her arm was very, very tiny. So I went ahead and put a little bit of glue there so that the whip is actually going to connect to her body as well, giving it a little bit more stability. Not a whole lot more. She needs to get glued to a base. Yeah, unfortunately, I misjudged the angle of things, and that whip is not completely touching the ground, but I figure if I throw enough sand on the base, all problems will be solved eventually. So how big are these? Technically, they're like some crazy scale. They're like supposed to be for like 10 millimeter games or something like that. So with lots of tiny little epic-sized infantry. But, I mean, honestly, there's nothing to stop you from, say, you know, having them be like some sort of an AdMech creation. I don't know. This guy's a little bit big. Let's go with like a standard guard-sized human and a marine. Those are things people know and love. So, size-wise, they're big, but they're not like dreadnought big. I think they could make for some very interesting proxy AdMech models, though, if you wanted to use them for like Castellans or Castellax or whatever they're called. I don't know. I haven't touched AdMech stuff in a while. I've got a box of the flying AdMech dudes, not McDudes, sitting over here that I have yet to get around to. I really should. Here we go. How about, I don't even remember what these are called, but the Maelstrom's Edge robot suit dudes. They were about the size of a towel neck. She's gonna fall. Let's put it like that. About the same size there. I actually have a couple of Maelstrom's Edge robots here. So, give you a good indication of the size. Could be a dude in power armor, maybe. I don't know. I'll let you guys come up with the interesting and fun specifications. I'm going to have something really happen funky here. Let him show up out in the wilds of the wasteland. That would be fun. Yeah, actually, she's about human sized. The Marine. Bit taller. Yep, definitely a bit taller. So, I know there's a full game that's actually got a new starter released for it for Bot Wars, but at least for the time being, I am going to have to find some sort of a use for these. Maybe Gamma Wolves. That might be an interesting option. We'll figure something out, but I think I'm just going to enjoy painting these just for the sheer joy of painting something totally different. Can't say I've painted anything in this genre of mechs at this size, well, for just about ever. And I mean, I love me some Japanese mecha. So, interesting stuff. I can pretty much guarantee you guys are going to be seeing more of Bot Wars in the future. When, I can't promise. But I can absolutely guarantee there will be more coming. I gotta say, I enjoyed these a lot, and hopefully we will see them painted in the future. Like I said earlier, we'll have that link down below. Take a look if it looks like something you might be interested in. Since I was able to get these in the US, that's a good sign that they are in distribution somewhere out there. So keep your eyes peeled, and hopefully good luck on the hunt. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.